When will the jobs return and where will they be? That's a question that's asked often, and not just in Northern Kentucky, but across the nation. For Northern Kentucky and our surrounding region, we can answer half of this question due in part to recent work of economists forecasting a jobs outlook for 2020, commissioned by Vision 2015 and Agenda 360. The difficulty in answering this question fully, however, is that state and national policymakers will impact when and how quickly jobs will return. If for a moment we set aside politics and policy, the jobs forecast for the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky region by the year 2020 is bright. Using industry trends and occupational data, total employment is projected to be larger here than 7 out of the 11 regions we consider our biggest competitors. For the 15-county MSA, projections for 800 occupations show the region will need to replace 232,000 employees over a 10-year period. When combined with industry growth projections, the region will achieve a net new job growth of 106,000. Occupations related to healthcare, education, business, finance, and technology are considered highest growth and the highest paying. To attain these job projections will require a higher level post-secondary education and training. For a detailed version of the Jobs Outlook 2020, go online to www.regional-indicators.org. Well, despite the gloomy news that often comes from national media outlets, our recent local growth trend has been encouraging. Recent reports from the Tri-County Economic Development Corporation state that since the start of the year, approximately 2,000 new jobs have been created in primary industries in Northern Kentucky. This is significantly better than 2011 for the same period in this year, 2012. New company announcements and expansions from companies such as iHerb, Noram International, L'Oreal, and DHL are encouraging for the long term, while Amazon, GSI Commerce, InnoTrack, and Elovations have a strong demand for seasonal workers. So what can hold us back or even put us in reverse? The fiscal cliff is a term that some may have heard, but are unsure about its meaning. For others, they may believe it to be a looming problem that doesn't affect me, but someone else, perhaps even someone who has high net worth. The fact is, the fiscal cliff should be tremendously frightening for all because it has the potential to affect everyone. What is the fiscal cliff? Well, on December 31st, 2012, the 2001 and 2003 tax rates, often referred to as the Bush tax cuts, will expire, setting in motion $400 billion in new taxes during the first year and a total of $4.5 trillion in taxes over 10 years, all on the backs of our businesses, employees, and citizens. The Taxmageddon, as it is termed, will manifest itself in these ways. Marginal tax rates will rise. Dividends will be taxed as ordinary income. Capital gains will be taxed at a top rate of 20%. The child credit will be cut in half, and the estate tax will go back to 55%, and the threshold for estates affected will drop from $5 million to $1 million, creating greater burdens for small businesses and family farms. In addition to tax increases, across-the-board spending cuts by the federal government will be made that will ultimately reduce opportunities for businesses that are reliant on governmental contracts. We all agree that the federal government must reduce spending, but allowing the cuts that would occur because of the fiscal cliff would be reckless and detrimental to our national and local economists. Economists warn that this could drag us back into a recession that would dwarf the one we're coming out of. The Congressional Budget Office assessed that without action by Congress, projected economic growth will slow from 2.2% in 2012 to 1% in 2013, and unemployment will rise again, moving from 8.8% nationwide in 2012 to 9.1% in 2013. But there is hope, however, and that hope lies at the hands of the U.S. Congress, who can restore the current tax policies and avoid the cliff. We must all encourage Congress to develop a plan of action that ensures tomorrow is better than today. So join me in letting our elected officials know that if they will give us predictability and economic freedom, we will exceed expectations and create more jobs than ever imagined. Well, shifting gears just a bit, I want to highlight an important partnership between the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce and SCORE, which is otherwise known as the Service Corps of Retired Executives. The Chamber has partnered with SCORE since the mid-1990s to provide small business owners with thousands of dollars in free business consulting. SCORE is a nonprofit organization that recruits active and retired business executives to donate their time and expertise to assist new and established small businesses. Typically, SCORE counselors can provide advice on how to legally structure your business, how to write an effective business plan, information on securing financing, help with contacts for licensing information, marketing strategies to grow your business, and so much more. If you're thinking of starting a business or need advice on reaching that next stage of growth for your existing enterprise, contact the Chamber to set up an appointment for a free counseling session with SCORE. Well, right now, we need a short break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for another business focus. So don't go away.